This is the Echo-Matic sort of DIY tape delay pedal. Um, the way it works is the guitar comes in here. It goes through a splitter stage, which sends some of the guitar out straight to the dry signal, straight to the amp, and it sends some of that signal here to a 3-head tape player, which I don't think I can show very well with this camera, but the 3-head tape player has a separate record and playback head, which allows you to record your signal onto the tape, and then a split second later it gets played back. That playback signal comes through this white RCA cable. It goes back into a mixer, which obviously mixes your dry and wet signal. And also is able to send some of that wet signal back into the tape input, so you get multiple repeats. So let's see what this is like. This is a regular Type 2 tape cassette. Load it into the cassette deck and start recording. Usually set the record level around 5. This seems to work well lately. The guitar is one I made. It's a chambered mahogany and maple body with a Telecaster neck and Danelectro pickups. And the amp is a Silvertone 1484 clone. See if I can get this a little closer. That should work. So the tape is running. It's both playing or it's recording and then playing on the 2 heads. So here is the unaffected guitar. A little dirty, let's go cleaner. So let's start with everything down, turn the pedal on. You get a mild boost, which you can sort of set for unity volume. I like it with a little bit of boost because it sounds better. All right, so here we can, as we increase the mix, you should start to hear delay. It's a little bit of, it's only one delay because the repeat knob is all the way down, but as we start to turn the repeat up, we get multiple, get a couple of repeats. So that's about the fastest repeat you can get. This is the fastest tape speed. So we can, the tape player has its own half speed switch, so that gives you a longer delay. And now we can start to play with a little more level. The mix goes from 100% dry to 100% wet. This is only the delayed signal. So you can hear a little bit of the my actual acoustically pick on the strings, and then you hear the amp sound. 50-50. And you can get more repeats, obviously, by turning up the repeat knob. And at the lower tape speeds, the actual recording fidelity is pretty diminished, so you get a lot of artifacts and warble on the repeats, which gives you a cool chorusy sound as that tape warbles. Turn up the repeats a lot more, and we're able to get some oscillation. Obviously, all the way up gives you the oscillation, because that's feeding the wet sound back right into the tape input, which gets in the way, obviously. So the way to get a lot of repeats but not have the oscillation is to cut the low end out of the repeats. So this is just a cap in series with the signal going out to the tape. You can hear there's no bass in the repeats. It's just the high end. But again, it allows you to get those longer repeats without oscillation. I also made a high cut switch, but I think the cap I use is too small. It doesn't make any apparent difference. So that's kind of useless. I might be able to change the cap and get less high end, but I think the cassette tape itself is limiting the high end. So I don't know. That's just a vestigial switch. So the newest thing I did was to install the speed control on the tape player. So the unmodified tape player would only get this as your slowest speed. That's your longest delay. But by putting this cap in series with the pitch knob, I'm able to get much longer delays by slowing down the motor. You can hear the recording quality is really bad at these low speeds, but it gives you a cool lo-fi. It definitely increases the warble and sort of modulation on it too. But this gives you a lot of really cool ambient sounds, especially with the low end back in. So that's pretty cool. I don't think it's going to replace anybody's Strymon Cappy stand, but it's a pretty cool DIY tape delay.